there, Lauren here. I just wanted to reach out to you guys today and just sort of explain my shift with mindfulness as medicine and why I chose to do it. I've always sort of been looking for a niche, if you will, with with my company. I've been building this for like 3 years now. I've always wanted to help people. I love psychology, and when I discovered yoga and mindfulness, it was just awesome. And so I think these techniques should be used by everybody. They should be taught in school, and for some reason they're suppressed. So I've been using them to help people deal with like everyday stressors, things like that, before they turn to addictive behaviors. A lot of you guys know my history with my family history, my sister, things like that. So I've been pretty passionate about it. However, lately, if you haven't noticed, I've been really, really fascinated by, I wouldn't say politics, but sort of like what's going on in the world. It's been going on in the world for a really long time. It's just, this is the first time that my eyes were open to it. I really woke up in 2020. I got my perfect vision, if you will. And so, yeah, I've been really, really interested in figuring out, how everything goes together. And in doing that, I reached out to my therapist a couple times to deal with some of the stuff I was learning. And she told me I was crazy. She told me I was crazy a couple times before, and she was wrong. The first time was when, right after my sister passed away, it was like 3 months later, my son was diagnosed with level 3 autism. Which, if you know anything about autism, that means that he would never ever be able to function on his own, ever. When I got the information from the doctor, I just didn't believe it. It just didn't fit. I would have assumed maybe Asperger's or level 1 even, but level 3, when they told me that he needed a computer to talk, where he would have a computer and just push a button telling me whether he was thirsty or hungry or tired, that's what I was expected to get. They wanted me to put a GPS system on him, which is crazy. They wanted me and my husband's DNA, and it didn't make sense. And so I went to my therapist and told her, this doesn't fit. And she told me that I was wrong, and they were doctors and they knew what they were talking about, and I didn't listen to her. I didn't take their advice, and my son today is just fine. It happened again when I went to yoga therapy school. I found myself in a cult situation. That's a whole story for another day. But again, my therapist told me that I was probably wrong. The more and more research I did, it seemed that I wasn't wrong, and their attorney reached out to me and said that if I didn't talk about this company, so I can't tell you who it is legally, they would just give me all my money back. And so that's what happened. So when the coronavirus first started, I reached out to my therapist and I said, it seems like the whole world's shutting down for a virus that 85% of people won't even know that they have. Seems like it's going to cause more harm than the virus. And she again told me that I was wrong, and now it's almost a year later, and now all these fringe networks like Newsmax and OAN, they'll report that it actually caused a lot more harm than it did good. So I had somebody to reach out to, but I wasn't paying this person. I'm just so lucky that I have this person in my life. And if you're watching this right now, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know who you are, who I could call when I was researching some of this stuff that I'm going to eventually talk to you guys about on my channel. I want to make these videos that kind of mess with you. I lost sleep. You get paranoid. I'm not the only person that's gone through this. And there's not a lot of places to turn, because doctors will tell you, no, just watch CNN, watch, MSNBC, and that's where you need to get your information from, and listen to everybody that's got a tie on, and they're right. And if you question authority, which I absolutely think everybody should, you don't have a lot of places to go when the world isn't matching up to what you're finding. So I want to be that person for people who are like me, who are researching and learning these things, and they don't really have anybody to talk to, especially when it starts to get really, really dark. I haven't talked about a lot of that stuff yet, but I plan to, because some things are not that pretty. And learning these things can be a bit difficult to deal with. So I feel like, there's still the conspiracy theorists who think that something's going on, and I hate that word too. I'm gonna do a whole video about conspiracy theory, the like terminology, because it's been used as like a derogatory thing, and it's to call somebody crazy basically, and it's just not. It's people who have a theory that some people got together and they're doing something sinister. Like, to think that doesn't happen, I think you'd have to be nuts. But anyway, so yeah, there's some people that are still thinking that something's going on, and the world's gonna take a turn for the better finally. I hope so, and I think it's really awesome that there's so many people that really have this faith that something good's gonna happen, and I hope it does. I really, really hope it does. However, if it doesn't mean any of this stuff that we've researched is gonna go away. It's not like, oh, if it doesn't turn around and turn out good, that it's like, yeah, well, all that stuff that we saw all this evidence for is just gone now. It's not, and it sadly might even mean that it got worse. So I wanna be there for those people who don't have anybody else to turn to. So that's what I do, and that's what I wanna do, and my links are in the description to this. And yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about working with people that I can have real conversations with and listen to their ideas, and you never have to worry about me telling you that you need to go seek help or find a support group if your son or daughter gets diagnosed with autism and you think that the doctor might be wrong. I'll be there in your corner to say, it's very possible that they are wrong. So mindfully, as you're learning these things, remember that it's hopefully not in your immediate world. Remember to take time to notice how beautiful the things are around you and have fun in your daily life with your family and your friends and your pets and all those things. And that's a good way to kind of separate the stuff that you're learning about and, what's actually going on around you. A lot of times when we have anxiety, we're thinking about things that are happening somewhere else, or that they might happen or have already happened, and we forget that in the moment we're perfectly fine. So the very basics of mindfulness is to live in the moment. So that's my tip for you, and hopefully I will meet you in person sometime soon. I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.